morning, everybody. We're in Maryland, the World Cup, and it's cold. And there's Mullet, and there's Ty, and there's Cleetus. So we're getting Mullet ready for World Cup. So you guys saw that he hurt the converter. Well, the converter that's in the car now is actually one of Soccer Mom's old converters that I had loaned to James. So hopefully it works. And if the transmission breaks, you guys saw that Soccer Mom broke the motor, or at least blew a head gasket. So I pulled the trans out of Soccer Mom and drug it up here to have as a spare, because they weren't sure that they could fix the other spare, which they didn't have parts to fix the spare. So the things worked out where we could just snatch some Soccer Mom parts, and like I know that transmission is a really killer power glide. So it used to be in Will's car back before he put a Turbo 400 in his Outlaw drag radial car. So that transmission has been, I want to say it's been 420s in a, maybe it was 430s in an Outlaw drag radial car about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. It's been a while since Will had his car. But hopefully we don't need that transmission, and hopefully this converter works out. I expect it's probably looser than the converter that was in the car, which might be a problem. We do have a couple of different fluids we can run that will tighten up the converter a little bit, but we'll have to just see what happens. The air's so good, we'll probably take a little power out of it just to try and get some data so that we go down the track and put some kind of number on the board. But let's follow along and find out. I'm gonna do some cameras under the car because I know you guys all like that. We haven't seen it on Mullet really yet. So let's get to work. We're gonna do a little spool test. And add some more to it. All right, here we go for run number one. You can see the sun's already low in the sky. So let's see what happens. Switch, or is it slow?
Build boost.
Does it back here, but not on the starting line.
I mean, did something get turned down?
I didn't turn the launch boost down when we were looking at it.
No.
Aside from not after we had tested it here in the pits.
That's why I waited. I was just hoping it was going to switch over, but it just stayed pretty out. I had it all on, and then I flipped this switch just to hear if there was air in the system. It switched, the pump turned on, everything it had.
Yeah, it had CO2. But we'll look at the log and see what the heck happened.
Dude, freaking, my bed cover is so waxed now. My parachute fell off while I was driving back. It was behind me in the pits.
Oops.
Did you pull it? Because it moved
I just
around?
auto pulled. I mean, it's like in my brain.
All right, well, it's day 2 here at World Cup. Well, day 2 for us. We're We're still waiting to get our second run from last night, and it's after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been a tough race so far, but hopefully we're gonna get a run this time. We're supposed to get another one tonight. I kind of don't see it happening, but we're hoping that we will. It's got still a mildish tune-up in it because we didn't really get a lot of super good data from the last run. But this run will be a really good data run. Hopefully it'll run somewhere in the 7s, get us solidly in the show. And then if we get another run later today, we'll turn the wick up a little bit and see just how fast we could go. It's time to go see what happens. From the starting line, it sounded like she kind of drove through the converter a little bit, which we kind of expected maybe a little bit, especially with losing some converter charge pressure with how we fixed the transmission cooler flow. But yeah, we've probably got to change the converter in it. I've got a friend here with another big power car that he said we could use his spare. So we might be swapping that converter in to see just what happens, because that thing sounded loose. But I guess we'll go look at some data and see what we got to change to make it faster. But at least we're solidly in the show now, and we'll move on from there and decide what we need to do.
Yeah, pretty badass.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Sounded a little loose on the converter.
Yeah, I saw it going up towards the rev limiter, so I just kind of like came off the throttle.
Okay.
And it seemed to just stay right there, and it was still pulling a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, 777, it's better than 10 seconds. So.
Oh yeah, we're in the show, but I'm hoping we get one more. But even if we do get one more, I want to get that converter from Eric.
Yeah, put your transmission.
And I want to look at the converter pressure data and put my transmission in it probably.
Let's put your trans and converter in it. Then we know we have something solid. The only thing is Kevin's gear set is different, so we're gonna have to like lay on it on the starting line a lot harder just because of the gear ratios.
Yep.
But I think with how good the track is and how dialed the suspension is, it'll take it.
Yeah. So we'll just like send it to the moon at 6/10.
We also got a warning for leaking oil. So if we leak again, we could be disqualified.
Where did it leak oil from?
It's leaking from the transmission.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good reason to pull it out then.
Still in a 496 in the 8. Oh, 118 60 foot.
Sweet.
Nate's proud of that. Nate's entire proud of that.
Well, let's look at some data. All right, well, one trans is out. Parker's snatching the overdrive off.
Yeah, it's time.
We're gonna put that on Soccer Mom's transmission and stuff it in Mullet. So
measures pretty well, doesn't it?
yeah, power glide to power glide.
Yeah.
180 first gear, 159 first gear.
So what kind of difference do you think this is going to make off
It's gonna make it weaker through low gear, so we'll just have to add more power to it.
Oh, interesting.
Just dial the boost up to make it go faster early track. And then we've got another converter from my buddy Eric Kenwood that's here racing. More appropriate for a higher powered car. This converter wasn't too far off, except when we did the modification or rerouting with the transmission cooler lines, it knocked the pressure down that's in the actual torque converter itself, which makes it looser, you know, higher stall. So that's what happened. The converter was probably a little too much on the loose side, but then couple that with converter charge pressure being a little on the low side, just lots and lots of looseness and lots of RPM that we didn't need. So we'll try getting this all back put together. Hopefully we get another run today to test this before eliminations, because it's going to be a big question mark. All this work to, you know, not know what we're going into round one with, it wouldn't be a good thing. But let's get back to work and see if we can get this thing back together. I bought it in 2014, maybe?
Devin, you want to jump that? Your time lapse.
No, it's recording. We got all the fun commentary.
Parker, if you come down, tilt it yet, though?
Yeah.
I want to keep Eric's box uncurled.
You good, Jackson?
Am I recording? Hopefully. 1 hour and 13 minutes. We're back together.
Time for zip fluid.
Let's see what happens. All right, we're back running. We gotta finish the transmission fluid level tomorrow, but yeah. All right, well, we're back running. We've got our midnight two-step test. See if we can get the transmission fluid level worked out for tomorrow, but we're going racing tomorrow. Sunday, time for eliminations, round 1. Oh, too cold. Gotta get heat in the motor. Yeah, one thing they've said about 600 times here this weekend is you gotta put heat in the motor. Well, technically, cars don't have motors, they have engines. But, oh, they just called us. Hopefully something good happens right now. All right, so here's our pair for first round. They went a 710. We didn't go anywhere near that. So let's see what happens when we line them up. So he's not gonna like pull in at all.
I was like, we're getting gapped anyway. I might as well not blow it up trying to chase the guy down. You know, he went a 7-1, but I mean, we gave it a shot, dude. We gave it a shot, boy.
Hey, we made the call. You see if it made crankcase pressure with the new vent system.
I mean, we can try and improve on it.
Learn some
go
things.
6 this weekend, but we go back, get the new trans that we ordered in it, and make something.
Be a whole.
You got a converter too?
Lockup converter.
Oh, lockup.
They're real nasty stuff. I need a wheel chock though.
Well, obviously not the way we wanted it to end, but at least we made the call for round 1. Be curious to see what the data shows as far as how close that converter was. But we've got some work to do to make this thing faster. Obviously, but that wasn't obvious enough. Sounds like we're having some excitement on the racetrack, but appreciate everybody watching, subscribing, following along, like, comment, share, all that fun stuff. See you guys next time.